Have you noticed how certain diseases, ones that have been around for years, are now showing up in new places and are spreading faster than ever? Right now, a mosquito-borne virus is moving through southern China in a way it never has before. And it's raising some very important questions. Hello everyone, I'm James Lasher with Charisma Media. Today, we're going to break down what's happening in China, how it connects to end times prophecy, and what the Bible calls us to do in times like this. In the Guangdong Province of southern China, health officials have reported over 7,000 cases of a virus called Chikungunya, though some reports say closer to 8,000 infections have been confirmed in just 4 weeks. Now, this isn't a brand new disease. It's been seen in tropical regions around the world for decades, but it's never spread this widely in China before. Chikungunya is carried by the Aedes mosquitoes and causes fever, headaches, and intense joint pain that can last weeks or even months. It is rarely fatal, but can cause serious illness in older adults, newborns, and those with pre-existing health issues. Because it has never been widespread in mainland China before, the population has little to no immunity, making it easier for the virus to spread. The environment is also playing a very big role. Rising temperatures, unusually heavy rains, and high humidity in southern China have created ideal breeding conditions for mosquitoes. Experts warn that even the smallest amount of water, like what fits in a bottle cap, can serve as a mosquito nursery. The government's response has been massive, a full-on mobilization reminiscent of past national health campaigns. They are spraying insecticide across parks, streets, construction zones, and even inside office buildings. They are using drones to locate mosquito breeding sites from above. They are deploying soldiers and community workers in red vests to inspect homes and order residents to dump stagnant water. They're introducing thousands of mosquito-eating fish into ponds and releasing giant elephant mosquitoes whose larvae prey on the mosquitoes that carry chikungunya. They're also setting up mosquito nets in high-risk areas and reminding citizens daily to clean their surroundings. And they are also fining residents up to the equivalent of $1,400 if they fail to remove standing water, with some households already reportedly having their electricity cut off for non-compliance. Meanwhile, they're still spraying residents with mosquito repellent before letting them enter buildings. Reports from the New York Times say some residents have had plants taken or destroyed, pets' water bowls dumped out, and even home searches carried out without consent. In some cases, residents have reportedly been threatened with criminal charges for obstructing the prevention of infectious diseases. Infected individuals in Foshan and surrounding areas are being sent to special hospital wards where they stay behind mosquito nets. Some say they had no choice but to go and had to pay for their stay themselves. The outbreak allegedly started when an imported case was detected in Foshan on July 8th, and infections quickly spread from there. Not just within the city of 10 million, but to 12 other cities in Guangdong, including Hunan Province and even Macau and Hong Kong. Pharmacies have begun tracking who buys medicine for fever, rash, or joint pain, raising concerns that the data could be used to identify potential cases. Skyscrapers in Foshan now light up at night with messages telling residents to burn mosquito coils and empty standing water. Authorities say the strictest measures, such as citywide containments, have not yet been implemented. But experts note that China's public health system is designed to escalate quickly if deemed necessary. When we look at this through a biblical lens, several important themes begin to emerge. First, the Bible warns that before Jesus returns, pestilences will appear in various places, and they will become more frequent and more widespread. Here we see a disease that has existed for decades, suddenly expanding into a region where it has never been widespread before, infecting thousands in a matter of weeks. Second, environmental conditions are clearly playing a role here. The unusually warm and wet weather in Guangdong this year has allowed mosquito populations to explode. Scripture speaks of creation groaning, longing to be freed from the corruption of sin. And the changes we see in nature are part of that prophetic picture. Third, we see an example of how quickly a government can mobilize to control an outbreak. The Bible describes a future global system, the beast system, where central authority will have immense control over everyday life. While this situation in China is not that system, it demonstrates how easily strict measures can be put in place, from fines and electricity shutoffs to tracking purchases and inspecting private homes, all in the name of public health. Fourth, fear plays a huge role in this. The Bible tells us that humanity can be enslaved by the fear of death. In times like these, fear can drive people to accept restrictions and oversight they might otherwise resist. Finally, there's the economic and social disruption. Mandatory hospital stays, home inspections, and surveillance measures not only affect personal freedoms, but can also impact livelihoods and community stability, patterns that line up with the biblical descriptions of increasing hardship in the end times. As believers, our response is not to panic, but to be ready. The Bible commands us to stay alert, discerning the times so we aren't caught off guard. It calls us to reject fear, remembering that God gives his people power, love, and sound judgment. We are also to pray for those who don't yet know Jesus Christ, asking that God would use even times of trouble to draw them to himself. We're called to shine as lights in a dark world, showing peace, compassion, and hope when others are anxious or uncertain. And we must stay focused on the mission Jesus gave us, to go into all the world and make disciples. As the days grow darker, our commitment to that calling should grow stronger. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Charisma Media for more news and biblical analysis like this. And make sure to check out my newest book, The Revelation of Jesus, which is now available for pre-order on Amazon. It's easy to read commentary designed to give anyone a solid understanding of what's coming in the end times. I'm James Lasher. Keep discerning the signs of the times all around us, and God bless you.